Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to an IFT Town Hall. If you are new around here, my name's Christian. I work in comms, and normally it wouldn't be me doing this, but one of our fearless leaders, Corey, is getting a well-deserved break. So you have me today, and we have some lovely volunteers who are going to be showing us some demos, talking about some stuff going on within IFT, because that's the point of these town halls. We want to let you know what we're doing, show you cool stuff. If you have any questions, if you want to be a part of this, there's another one in 2 weeks. So, hey, maybe you've got something cool that you want to share. But for right now, we're going to start off first with Roxana, who is going to be talking to us about some internal workshops. So we'll get going.
Cool stuff. Thank you. Hi, guys. It's been a while. For reasons beyond explanation, I'll not do a face reveal today, but next time I'll have my hat ready. I'm not going to bore you too long. I think it would be interesting to talk a bit about the communication workshops that we've been doing for the past couple of weeks. We are now at we're ready to schedule our fourth, so the fourth week workshop, which happens every Monday morning EST, afternoon UTC/Europe time. These workshops are aimed at, first of all, helping us improve the way we communicate, the way we use different tools, obviously in the context of us being a fully async organization with more than 200 contributors, core contributors, mostly communicating in writing and occasionally voice or video. So the purpose of the communication workshops was just to enable people to be more efficient, more open, more comfortable with the way they communicate, to create more inclusivity, a space essentially where people can feel like they can contribute, they can be themselves, and they can communicate better. Most of the times there's a few people that are on stage. This happens so every Monday on the Discord logos channel. You will find, most of the times you'll find myself, you'll find Arseni, you'll find Chair, and you'll find Ninad as well. But these workshops are essentially open to anyone. So anyone can organize a theme, can come to the workshops themselves, and get on stage, discuss about topics that they want to cover. It could be anything from experiences to tools, the way they set up their communication channels, the way they set up their personal communication, how they relate to their communities, to their colleagues, to the higher ups, so it's quite flexible. It doesn't really have a fixed structure in mind. We allocate an hour to an hour and a half, and it's quite engaging. It's open to anyone. I think in terms of maybe small wins, small achievements, as I said, fourth week in a row next week. Open to public. For now, it's open to core contributors only. In time, we want to expand it and make it open to the public as well. We encourage participation. We want to inspire contributions. We look at different communication channels as well used within the org. That can be some of the forums that we use, some of the Discord channels that we use. And essentially, we just want to, as I said, we want to create an environment with less barrier to entry, and more open communication, right? It's open source, open communication. In terms of kind of expectations, because this was something that we spoke about in the first internal comms workshop. We looked at eight sentences to maximize what we call social intelligence. This was based on a Twitter thread that I found a couple of weeks ago, and initially it was shared in a communications chat around IFT all hands, but then it kind of ended up having its own life. Those 8 sentences were: 1, to solve an issue quickly, be soft on the person and hard on the problem. So this pointed out the fact that we don't want to talk people, we want to talk ideas. Pretend everyone was sent to teach you something. This also is around the idea of being a white belt and being open to receiving any kind of contribution, participation, criticism, as long as it's constructive. Ways to communicate confidence, which can be in the form of eye contact if we're dealing with people face to face. The voice and tone of the way we speak online. Learning how to make people feel important. So that was part of the idea of doing shout outs and highlighting that there is something important that everyone does as part of a huge org. Remembering names, which I myself struggle with, but it is in line of a person's favorite sound being their name. So make an effort to remember it. The positive intention before giving feedback. So always making sure that we don't bring a lot of negativity when we communicate with people, because this can generate frustration. The way we communicate publicly versus privately. So praising publicly versus criticizing privately. And the last one, which is very relevant here, unspoken expectations are premeditated resentment. So on that note, I will probably wrap up soon this section and just say our expectation is that everyone would find an opportunity and find the courage to come join us on a Monday morning EST, afternoon or evening UTC, to say hello and to talk about the things that they wish to talk about unapologetically and in their own voice and tone. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up.
Thanks, Roxana. Those are some good things to think about. We're also going to see if we can get those 8 sentences posted and how to join Discord on Mondays. If you're a Logo CC, hopefully we'll get some people, if any are watching out in the outside of our company space, how to join in the future. So thanks again, Roxana. Now, next up, we have, and it looks like Ben will give you the time that those also start there. Next up, we have Sip with Status, who is going to do a demo for you right now.
Hello. Okay. Yep. I'm just going to switch back to where I was before. All right. So yeah. Hi everyone. So it's a kind of little funny demo that I just wanted to do. Because now we basically were able to make the entire network gasless. So there is no base fees, but there is no priority fees either. So it makes it for very interesting stuff that we can do that are basically not available in other network networks that I know of. And so that's kind of a risky demo, so please bear with me. So I'm going to disconnect here. This is like a little silly game where you just click a button and receive an NFT, right? I'm going to create a new wallet, fresh new one. There we go. I call it demo. And so, of course, there's like literally nothing on that wallet, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect it here. So I'm connecting demo. I have no cash. I'm on the Sepolia Status Network. And now I'm going to press that button. What's going to happen? Ooh. So it's a regular, basic interaction. The network fee is technically 0, but MetaMask has a very hard way to actually parse it. But if you can see, like, there's a little 0 here. I'm just going to confirm. And it's working. Okay, yeah. So the image is not loading because of IPFS issue. This is going to be fixed. But like, if you look here, it's actually like a proper gasless transaction that just happened pretty quickly, actually. And there we go. It was confirmed by the sequencer, and the value is 0. Transaction fee 0. Gas price 0, and all the gas fees are at 0. So I just made a fresh new transaction with nothing. And as you can see, I received a little cool NFT here that I'm going to be able to see in my inventory. Yeah, I don't know why I have 3. I'm supposed to have just 2, just 1 actually. Let me refresh it. I'm going to reconnect the wallets. There we go. Oh yeah, this is it. There's the cash issue. And there we go. So I have my little very bad Ponziverse whatever NFT. It's in my wallet, and I paid no gas for that. And then I can also like claim some tokens here. I mean, this is just a game that we started. So we found a developer that started developing, and we want to kind of expand it way more. And so that's actually a big, good segue to my next point, which are like the different games that we're going to have on the network. So that's the kind of the first one we want to see to launch, which is Ponzi Hero. Of course, because the network is fully gasless, there is literally no gas going on. If we launch it this way, we will probably throttle the network immediately because people would just like spam it and we'll have like full blocks and so on. Which is, again, we don't really care about that because it's just a testnet. But that's why we want to double down on the gasless module and have it on testnet as soon as possible, so that we can have the two mechanics, right? We can have like the fully gasless mechanics on one side, and on the other side, we can have the actual like spam control, spam protection mechanism with RLN, or like the lightweight RLN that we're putting in place now. So in the other games, we're going to have a cool one, which is a Karma Climb, which is a mobile first game where you can basically like earn fake karma as you go, but in reality, in the end, you will earn real karma. The goal of all those games is, of course, like to demonstrate the gaslessness aspect of the network, but it's also a way, if you think about it, to do some kind of funny Sybil resistance, because what we need to do is to be able to distribute the karma to real people. And so going through a game, yes, you can train some AI to do it, but it's kind of hard to do it at scale. Here, you can just like play a little game, earn some karma, and then suddenly you are able to have more free transactions. So that's one. Spot Zero is like a bigger one. It's like they have like a big team of developer. We've been in touch with them for a while now. They're already launched on other networks. So bringing them to Status Network is a bit kind of a different type of strategy. But again, like because of the free gas, we really wish that they will expand a lot more on our site, on our network. Then we have Hash Game, so which is more like a kind of a casino type of multi-game thing where you can have Texas Hold'em and like slot machines and so on. And the idea is to just bring utility for S&T. So the goal is basically to kind of add some little S&T bonuses and prizes to win. And again, just like if you go through the game, if you do all those different like challenges and rewards, then in the end we can give you karma because we know that you're like kind of a real human. And finally, the little silly game that I just showed you, the Ponzi Hero, we kind of want to develop it a bit more and make it more interesting for the network. Just to again like filter out bots and have just real people paying it and be able to give some karma to those people so that they can transact for free on the network. I wanted to also briefly touch upon the native apps, which is kind of a core component of everything we do. So as a quick reminder, the native apps are apps that are launched on the network, on the Status Network, as like exclusive to the network, and that are sharing part of their revenues with the network in general. So with basically the app funding pool and with liquidity incentives, and of course with the L2 commission, which is like how we get paid and how we make the operation of the L2. And so we have first like a DEX. It's going to be by Linux. Nile is still in competition. The team behind the Nile DEX is still in competition, but we hope to resolve that very quickly. The stablecoin and CDP is going to be done by Nerit. It's a Liquidity V2 fork. The token launchpad is going to be done by Punk.fun. They're like super cypherpunk aligned. They want to do like a very fair launch, like a fair token launcher. That's kind of the main idea. And so again, like the gas-free aspect is definitely something interesting because you would basically be able to launch a coin without anything, like just with a few clicks. And we are also exploring right now two more native apps that we want to onboard, like an NFT marketplace and a perp DEX. So there's like potentially like a strong fit for Codex also to be the provider for the NFT metadata storage and also for the order book storage. So we are also, of course, like looking for like cross organization synergies in what we propose and like how we talk to different potential teams. What I want to add on the native apps is right now we need to have more budgets to pay for them because we basically asked for like so we got a 200K budget to go until end of August, 100K for marketing and 100K for infrastructure. By cutting it down a bit, we were able to have like maybe 40K that we were able to invest into native apps, but we still need until end of August 100K more just to get started with all those different projects. And because the kind of the relationship is we pay the teams to get started, and then they make enough money through the fees so that they can pay themselves and through their own token as well. But we need to kind of kickstart the whole thing, and they need to have like confidence that we are here to support them. So they need kind of a small grant initially to get started. So this is what we need at the moment. So I'm going to present a new version of the budget early next week. I'll share it in the kind of one of the IFT channels so that you guys can see what are we looking for. But yeah, so like a big focus for us is on the native apps at the moment and getting them onboarded. Very important also, a big focus of ours lately, of our team, is on the centralized exchanges listings. Why is it so important? It's because this is how we get S&T in the hands of the most people. So we are in touch with all of those different exchanges. And for exchanges that already support S&T, then we are in touch to do like core marketing operations with them, mostly focused on education, again, around like what we're building with Status Network, with the gasless aspect, with the kind of public funding and so on. And finally, so we were working hand in hand with like the finance team, also with Roxana, to kind of get a good shape for those deals and be able to have more listings as soon as possible. And finally, so in June, we're gonna have like 3 main deliveries. The Lina announcement is going to come, if everything runs okay, in about 10 days. I know I've been saying that it's been a month since they were supposed to announce, but they had like a lot of kind of internal things to process before being able to do the proper announcement. So now it's supposed to be announced very soon. As kind of a refresher on the announcements, why is it so important for us? For 2 reasons. Actually 3, but yeah, 2 main ones. The first one is because we, at a very basic level, we will receive like a linear airdrop, which is substantial. And so that airdrop will help us do a bunch of things. It will help us have some TVL on the network, that because we can basically deposit the linear drop on Status Network, and we can pair it with SNT to have like kind of a nice liquidity pool. So yeah, first we get some airdrop, so that will be part of the announcement. Second is we are named one of the stewards of the linear ecosystem, and so this is going to be very interesting, of course, because this is going to be part of the big announcement. I can't say more right now because of course it's still under embargo, but yeah, it's going to be like a big, very interesting development in the way the linear community is going to be managed going forward, and the way we are going to be part of that, along with some big OG organizations in the Ethereum space. So the goal being to create like a very Ethereum aligned organization, so an ecosystem. So yeah, and on the technical development, so we're going to have a POC, a proof of concept of the gasless module. So I talked about that at the beginning, right? How like with the Ponzi game, anyone can use it now. So of course, the blocks will be full. So we need to find a way to prevent spam. So this is why we need to implement the gasless module. And we will have like at least a high level proof of concept for the yield bearing bridge, mainly focused on ETH at the moment. And again, because this is critical to the linear strategy going forward, we are going to be part of, the yield bearing bridge is going to be part of the linear stack, and they want to have it available on their own network as well. So it will be put into production as soon as it's ready, basically. So yeah, we're working hard on that. And of course, hopefully we'll be able to announce the first native apps in the coming weeks. Yeah, that's pretty much it on my end. I think Arsenia is going to do like a little cool demo also on Status Network right after me. So yeah, thank you all.
Well, it looks like there is a question in the comments. So how do you feel about answering a question or two if somebody has it?
How do I see that?
I will put it up there for you. There you go.
That's a good one. I hope us. Yeah, I mean, so right now we have like this test nets. So we have like 2 test nets running in parallel. We have the Sepolia testnet, which is the one I just demoed. We have the DevNet, which is for now just reserved to our own development, which is based on the Holeshki network. Both are fully gasless, but again, we don't have the kind of gasless module, like the spam protection mechanism, in place yet. So yeah, we are going to continue working on that. And then once we have that, we will do kind of a version 2 of the network, which will be like the kind of the public gasless network, meaning that we will be able to publicize it more and have more people come and break it. Hopefully that will be around October. That's kind of the target. By October, hopefully we have both the gasless module in place, and the yield bearing bridge as well. So we can have like kind of the full system. We can do like the yield distribution mechanism and so on. We're still working exactly on how the yield mechanism is going to work, but we already have some good ideas. I'm going to actually write up some notes around that early next week. I'll be able to share it publicly, how we think this is going to work. And finally, if everything is all right, so meaning if in October we have everything working all good, then it means that we're able to go to mainnet, and mainnet would be basically Q1 2026. So my goal is to have mainnet before next offsite. That's kind of the main priority. So yeah, depending on when GTA 6 launches, we'll see. Is the game available on GitHub? Which one? Like the Ponzi Hero one? I can ask. We're working with developers for that. So they have kind of the ownership over the code base. But yeah, if they're okay to make it open source, yeah, I'll definitely share it.
All right, looks like that was it. Thank you, Sip. And now we're gonna move on to Arseni with another fun demo for everybody.
Hey everyone. So I can't quite remember why I originally thought of this idea or started working on it, but I got pretty stoked about it the last couple days and spent most of the night getting it working. And this is a completely interactive demo. So I asked that everyone who wants to participate, please join this Discord server. I promise that after the end of the town hall, I will destroy that server and you won't have yet another server in your long list of servers. I see already people are joining, and I'll share my screen anyways, just so for anyone who doesn't join can see what's going on. Yeah, I got you. Okay, so we have a lot of people joining. That's awesome. And I guess long story short, if this works, then we should be able to onboard everybody in this server onto the Status Network testnet. You see someone already jumped the gun and tried to send a heart emoji, but you had an insufficient balance of heart emojis. So I'm gonna start giving them out. I'm gonna start giving out tokens using emojis based on the order that people joined. So I'm gonna try to send Christian a fire emoji. I'll try to send Mariana a thumbs up emoji. Oh, I got rate limited, but okay, so it says here that I was able to tip Christian one fire emoji. Christian, you should now be able to send that one fire emoji to someone else just by reacting to someone's message. And then on here, it'll show a link to Sepolia scan to the Status Network testnet, and it'll show that, you know, there's an actual transaction where one fire emoji was a fire emoji token, sorry, was transferred. So okay, see, I see that Christian sent it. This one should actually work. These other ones that people are sending should not work because no one else has the emojis. But oh, look, it says Christian successfully tipped Alisher one fire emoji. Alisher, can you try sending that fire emoji to someone else? Meanwhile, I'll try sending Sip thumbs up, and hopefully it goes through. Oh, it says it's sending the transaction. Okay. Okay, Sip, you should have one thumbs up emoji token that you can send to someone else. I'll try sending Jazz a heart emoji. Okay, I'm still on the cooldown, but oh, looks like Sip was able to tip Jazz 1 thumbs up token. So yeah, so this is one of the kind of things that's possible to do when you have a gasless network. I haven't even made use of the gasless functionality. I just am using a very, very low gas amount such that every time a new Discord ID is detected by the backend, it'll send a tiny, tiny emit of ether that should be sufficient to keep sending these token transactions. Okay, so I'm about to send Jazz 1 diamond. Okay, Jazz, you should have 1 diamond that you can send someone. Anyways, I think people get the point, but the cool part is like it actually, you know, this works. We already have multiple Discord servers. We have thousands of members on these Discord servers. How cool would it be if these Discord servers also served as a way to onboard people onto our stack? And it seems like this is one of the most straightforward ways. There's a lot of caveats, and one of the things that I haven't implemented yet that is going to be absolutely required is like a drain command, and all that does is basically it sends all your tokens and ether, if you have it, for the wallet that gets generated for your Discord account to an external account. And the idea is that, you know, we'd encourage people to consistently, you know, to not keep all their coins in a wallet that's basically it's hosted using the service called Privy. But also, you know, for like what is an emoji token, right? Is just a token I deployed. Whether or not it's actually valuable, you know, depends on how it's embedded into the community. Oh, someone tried to tip themselves. Nope, that's not allowed. Sorry. Okay, I think people got it. If you're still in the server, I'll try sending out more, but I sent this this cooldown is getting me. But yeah, any questions?
Not seeing any questions, just some comments. The people like it, and it's fun.
Sweet.
All right. Thanks, Arseni. That is it for the day. I'll let you see it there. Yeah, we're going to have another one of these in 2 weeks. So if you have a demo, if you have something fun, if you want to be a part of this again, let me know. You can find me in a bunch of different places. I'll let all the CCs know. And hopefully we've got some outside viewers as well. Thank you for being here, everybody. And we will see you in a couple of weeks.